What's up, YouTube? I'm Johnny Phantom, and I'm here to talk about all things Phantom, such as Disney, Star Wars, Harry Potter, whatever. It's a Phantom. I'm here to talk about it, and that's something that you enjoy. Make sure to hit that subscribe button because that's all I do. I remember back in 2004, a great movie came out called Dodgeball. You can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
You can dodge a ball. What?
That movie became so popular that my high school even had a full-on dodgeball tournament. And of course I entered. Dodgeball was such a popular thing throughout all school. It's a great game. You get to get the ball and you get to throw it at somebody. So if someone you didn't like, you just, peg them really hard. It was a fun ball. In middle school, then we had like rubber balls. Didn't really hurt that bad. Anyway, dodgeball was huge because of this movie. There was dodgeball tournaments popping up all over the world, all throughout schools, everything. Just dodgeball just blew up. It's a great movie. But there's one character in particular in that movie that kind of stands out. And I'm talking about the quote-unquote villain of the movie, White Goodman, played by the phenomenal Ben Stiller. There's something about am I Canadian? There's something about White Goodman that just I can't quite put my finger on it. But I think I have a theory that White Goodman is a particular Disney character that we saw back in 1995. If you want to find out about this, stick around. White Goodman is this renowned gym leader. No, not a Pokemon gym leader. You don't get a Pokemon badge from defeating him with your Charmander. But he is a pronounced gym leader across the globe with Global Gym. And he turns this Global Gym and has this dodgeball team because he wants to become the dodgeball champion of the world, because he wants to be the best at everything. And he also wants to buy Joe's gym, so he offers Joe's gym money. Joe's gym turns him down, and then we see White Goodman getting kind of upset at this, and then joining us, and we say we beat you at the dodgeball tournament. Of course, that doesn't happen because Joe's gym basically puts up shares and buys stock, whatever, and puts money onto Gold's gym. And Joe's gym eventually owns Global Gym. It basically puts White Goodman out of business. Now, after the film, we see at the end credits, White Goodman, this health nut gym go-getter, become fat and sloppy. He's on a couch. He's all upset because his life is ruined. What if I told you this wasn't the first time this guy's life was quote-unquote ruined? And before we go any further, let's take a quick word from our sponsor. If you like working out like White Goodman, then go to repsports.com, REPP sports.com, and get yourself some pre-workout mix packets. It also comes in a nice jar with a ton of great flavors. You can also get Thermo L-carnitine thermo mix. Pour it a little bit of this in your drink in the morning, and you're good to go. Ton of other great dietary supplements, and from what I always say, the best damn energy drink you'll ever have. That's repsports.com, REPP sports.com. Use coupon code Johnny Huey and save yourself 15% off. Like I said, what if this is not the first time White Goodman's career went downhill? What if his name is not White Goodman? Back in 1995, another movie came out starring Ben Stiller, who played a character known as Tony Perkis. Tony Perkis basically bought a fat camp from his father. Yes, the actor who plays the guy in charge of the fat camp in real life is actually Ben Stiller's father. Anyway, Tony Perkis buys a fat camp where our main antagonists are all fat, and they don't lose any weight at this fat camp because they all sneak in candy. They just go there for fun. They go there, make friends, and they go there as a regular camp with go-karts and this and that and a bunch of cool stuff. However, the whole point of the fat camp is they're supposed to lose weight, but they don't. So this Tony Perkis comes along, who is this high-end, workout all the time, probably pounds down a couple of these a day, probably chugs this throughout the day. Just crazy workout guy, working out all the time. Sorry, his name is Tony Perkis. I want to go back and just clarify that. We see Perkis enter the fat camp, and he has what he calls the Perkis System, which is basically like the keto system, any of these other like weight loss programs, Weight Watchers, whatever it may be. But he designed this program to basically work. So Tony Perkis has this global workout program that he wants to bring to his fat camp. So he buys his fat camp to basically show that his program can get these fat kids to lose weight. So he runs this whole program, he films everything basically for his company in order to make money, to show that his program actually works. Although it's not working because the kids are still sneaking in candy, still doing all this stuff, and he starts to get aggressive and abusive and torments these kids beyond belief. And then at the end of the film, the kids basically retaliate and basically lock him up in a cage and show the world on how much of a jerk he actually is. And at the end of the film, we actually do get a scene where Tony Perkis is arrested and taken away for a ton of things, abuse to the kids and power, just corruption in general. So after he gets arrested, he decides to change his name and move on with his life. Tony Perkis changes his name to White Goodman and starts up Global Gym, which therefore he makes this huge gym across the world, kind of like our Planet Fitness, and buys all these other smaller gyms and becomes the biggest gym in the world, and therefore tries to buy Joe's gym and then challenges him to the dodgeball tournament. So Tony Perkis and White Goodman are the same person. Just saying, they both have the same, crazy workout, exercise mentality. They're both really into fitness, and then I guess 2 times the charm, because he lost his career in heavyweighters, changed his name, and then lost his career in a dodgeball match, and that's when he just was like, you know what, screw it, and he got fat. Comment down below your thoughts on these 2 fantastic Ben Stiller movies of heavyweighters and dodgeball, and Tony Perkis being White Goodman. I'm very interested in your thoughts. If you've seen both these films, if you can piece together the connections as well, comment down below, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next. Before you go, make sure you check out these 2 videos over here. Check out my merch store down below. Check out all my links down below because I have a Patreon page. I have a Spotify. And make sure you hit that join button. Why, you ask? Because on the Spotify podcast, I have content on there that you can only get on the podcast. If you go to my Patreon page, you can get some free merchandise and a bunch of other cool perks, as well as content that you can only get on Patreon. If you hit that join button, same thing. You can get a ton of cool perks, free stuff, as well as content that you can only get if you hit that join button. And it all supports me so I can continue doing what I love, and that's talking about fandoms. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time.